This is the most efficient electric car you can get in the UK. You can no longer buy it new, and I'm also referring to its siblings, the Citigo and the Volkswagen e-Up, because they're literally identical. But after owning this since last August, it's essentially confirmed what I already thought before, but to an even greater extent. The efficiency of this thing is just bonkers. It's off the charts. Now I think before I show you what I'm getting out of this and what other people have confirmed is the same as well, we need to put it into some sort of context. This is a Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. Now don't worry, I'm not comparing this with that in terms of this is clearly a different car entirely, but Tesla are good at efficiency. In fact, they're very good at it. Over the last 60,000 miles of owning this, I've managed 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And when I say managed, this isn't just trying hard, this is just normal driving. Me, my wife, whoever's driving it under normal circumstances. So the figures I'm mentioning in this video, unless specified otherwise, are just driving as everybody else does. There's no eco-ness or anything like that or trying to eke it out. And this, again, over the last 60,000 miles, for a car of this size, 250 watt hours per mile or 4 miles per kilowatt hour, that's very good. If I tried a bit harder, maybe 4.5. Over the same sort of short journeys that the Me does, maybe, again, in economical driving sort of mode, 5 miles per kilowatt hour. But that, it's still not just a bit ahead, it's way ahead. Again, I'm mentioning the miles per kilowatt hour this does just to put it into context, not to literally say that a small car is more efficient than a big one, just to be clear. This BMW i3S, it's a small car. It's got 4 seats, that's got 4 seats. It's got a smaller boot than that even. I mean, yeah, it's a bit more grown up, and again, it's not quite the same, but this is getting probably 2 miles per kilowatt hour less than that. It's a significant difference, especially given the engineering this has, the carbon fibre tub to make it lighter. It's a brilliant vehicle, but again, for pure efficiency's sake, it's not really that much more efficient than the Model 3 is. I'm afraid rain has stopped play, so I've been forced inside. Now, over the last 7 or 8 years of doing this channel, I've pretty much, apart from some of the newer stuff, tested every electric vehicle that's ever existed. And usually driven it in the same sort of places and the same sort of manner that you use this for. I mean, this is a second car, it's doing the local stuff, of course. It's a city car. But this is averaging about 6.5 to 7 miles per kilowatt hour. Compared to every EV I've racked my brains and tried to think about, nothing comes even vaguely close to that. We recently did a multi-stop sort of shopping journey. I think we did about 30 miles in the end. And it got 7.5 miles per kilowatt hour. When we picked the car up, driving it back from Wakefield in August, I think it was about 30 miles, 40 miles, something like that, to near Skipton, where I am, it got 7.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Now that was summer. Right now we're into early spring, so obviously temperature has a difference in things. So I just thought, well, maybe it's because I was driving economically and it was the first journey, etc., etc. But it just keeps doing that. The worst case scenario, winter, it was -12, and effectively I think I was just picking a Chinese up, you know, a couple of 2-3 miles down the road and then back again, and that's hills around here, of course. It's still got 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour in the worst possible journey you could do, a short one with the heater on in -10, 12 degrees weather. If I'd have done that in other EVs, it'd have been 2 point something. Even on a motorway journey, it's surprisingly good. So I took it to work, which is a 200-mile round trip, 100 mile there, 100 mile back. So going there, I put it in Eco Plus mode, which is its most eco mode it has. And it won't let you go above 60 miles an hour. The climate control is next to useless because it barely puts any effort in. So this isn't hyper miling, but it's definitely an economical run. Temperature was about 15 degrees, 14, 15, something like that. And it was 95% motorway journey. M65 down the M6. Coming back, I thought, right, let's drive it at more Audi speeds, shall we say. Just, you know, for comparison's sake, which meant I stuck at 70 miles per hour, because that's the legal limit. It's still got 4.9 miles per kilowatt hour. Again, that's properly out of its comfort zone, and you could get a better temperature as well. In summer, it should beat that. It'd be less in winter, but you get my point. It's the most efficient car you can buy. That's even better than a previous car I've owned. This, the Renault Twizy. That's not even a car, it's a quadricycle. Doors and windows are an optional extra. 2 seats, it weighs, I think, I don't know, 500, 600 kilograms, something like that, which is about half this. Under a test in local driving, same sort of thing, in summer, that got just over 7 miles per kilowatt hour. It's more efficient than a Twizy, but it's a car. I bet, if I get wet for a second, that over a 12-month period, and I wish I hadn't reset the trip computer, I'm annoyed at myself because I'll be able to tell you this. I reckon this is going to average about 5.5 to 6 over 12 months. In winter, 4 seems to be its average, 4 to 4.5. And then once you get to spring, that jumps up to 5 to 5.5, and in summer, even higher. And again, if I think about the cars we've tested over the years, the small ones, the Fiat 500 electric, brilliant little thing, also efficient, 4.5 to 5, maybe 5.5 if you push it. The Mini electric, basically the same size battery as this, just over 30 odd kilowatt hours. That's probably doing about 40 to 50 miles less than this. The Renault Zoe, again, efficient little thing, it's very good, but it don't compare to this. And then when you factor in that this isn't even a ground-up EV, it's a petrol car that they've just made into an electric version, almost a compliance car, if you will. I'm really annoyed that it's not sold anymore because it's brilliant. Part of the purpose of this video was to say, this is really efficient, it's brilliant, it's the most efficient EV you can get. But the other part is to say, why aren't manufacturers giving us more of these? We're stuck in a perpetual cycle of, right, okay, we need more range. Just keeps throwing batteries at it to give it that more range, which makes it even heavier and less efficient. All right, we'll put some more batteries in. It's proof that efficiency can give you the range that you need. It's only a second car, it only ever will be. It only ever was, really, in petrol form. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is an over 200 mile range car. But for probably 4 or 5 months of the year, for local journeys anyway, it is. The fact that you've got the wheels in the corners, which makes it chuckable and fun, just like the petrol version. The fact it's almost as quick as the Up GTI, to about 40 or 50 mile an hour anyway, means again it's quicker than you think. It's old school. You've even got a key that you have to put in and turn. I love it. It's brilliant, which is why we're keeping that and getting rid of the i3S, because she prefers this hands down. And given the price difference and the fact that I barely drive it, I can't argue with that. But ultimately, we need more of this type of thing. Small, light, efficient. At the ID3 facelift event, Volkswagen showed us the roadmap of what's coming up for them, up to 2030, I think. And I think next year we're getting the ID2. But that's a Polo-sized car, a super mini, if you will, rather than a city car, with the interior space, apparently, of a Golf, which is good, because it's a ground-up EV. That's the benefit of ground-up EVs. But nowhere in that roadmap over the next 5 or 6, 7 years was an ID1. I mean, the number's free, so you never know. But it just seems to be that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the technology that's not quite there yet. But then that argument goes away when you think, well, it's already been here. Imagine if this was a ground-up EV, what it could have achieved in efficiency's sake, and the light's just gone off. So that's me complete. The weather's crap, because, that's what you have to put up with. But again, it doesn't affect this thing. So I just wanted to put it out there of efficiency is something that not a lot of people are too bothered about. I probably prefer, a hot hatch versus an efficient car. Certainly in petrol world, in just car world. But if you are bothered about it, then you don't always have to look at a certain size of car. Maybe a smaller one will do. Because if you're bothered about range as your primary concern, again, this is a step above other cars you would pit it against. If anyone is interested in one of these, I would go for the Seat Me over the other two, because for some reason it's about £1,000, £1,500 cheaper, and they're identical in every way. It's cosmetic differences only. It's just, I guess, I don't know, the badge. Even the depreciation, because I bought it used, of course, is minimal. I paid $10,200 for this last August, and had a quick look on Auto Trader. I could probably still get close to 10 for it, maybe 9.6, 9.7. I mean, yeah, in a year, if you've dropped 500-600 quid in any car, I'm more than happy with that, especially given the efficiency of the fuel running costs. The insurance is about as cheap as you can make it. It's just a small, cheap, honest car, and that's what I want more of. That's kind of the part purpose of this video. To appeal to manufacturers that clearly aren't going to be watching it, to give us more of this sort of thing. We'll get there, but we're just not getting there quick enough. So, I'm done. Thank you ever so much for watching. Members videos, 99p a month. I'm actually starting to do more members only videos now. Maybe a couple of extra a week. So if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, some more personal kind of bloggy type videos, then I'm giving it a trial. Have a look. Click on the, not the subscribe button, that would be nice, but the membership button. Cancel it any time, 99p, which after YouTube takes their third and the taxman takes another 20% off, it don't leave me with much, but it does help the channel. It really does. So I appreciate anybody who is a member, and if you do want to become one, thank you. Like, subscribe, all the usual rubbish, and I'll see you soon.